Okay, so welcome back. It is the next day. It is 10:02. I'm going to close the blinds because I don't think you guys can see me properly. I don't know if you guys can still see me. There we go. So I'm just making some. I'm prepping for the 3 days I'm going to be working. I'm just making some food, and what was that? Something fell or something, but I'm not sure. I'm just going to be prepping for the week. I'll carry you guys along. Guys, excuse the mess in the sink. I will clean it. I just want to finish prepping this meat dough, this meat pie. So I already did the meat. I use 1 gram of beef. I use half a cup of sweet peas. I use a half an onion, half a cup of diced carrots, and I'm going to keep it aside. And then on the other end, I got butter. I need a teaspoon of salt. I'm thinking a teaspoon of salt and 4 cups of flour. I'm just going to need, that's all what I'm going to do here. Anything else that can wait. I'm going to cube this into little small pieces so that once I mix it in with the dough, it's easy to knead. I'm just going to cut my butter here. Yeah. And then afterwards, after I knead the dough and it forms a ball, I'm going to put it in the fridge for 30 minutes. And then I'm going to do some exercise. I'm trying to work on my belly, and I'm trying to have a flat belly if I can. I know sometimes I don't eat healthy, but hey, I'm working towards it as I can. And I know that you don't have to eat certain food. Well, you don't have to eat certain foods to have a flat belly. That's my belief. I may be wrong, correct me. But you do have to watch the portion size to be able to, in general, lose weight. So what I'm just doing now is I'm cubing my butters. I'm dicing it into little cubes so that once I am kneading my dough, I can shoot all the bits inside. So I cubed butter. I'm going to add 4 cups of flour. I need a teaspoon of salt, and then I'm going to need, and then an egg. I need an egg. Egg and an egg yolk. So I just need an egg yolk. I'm actually following a recipe, but the recipe calls for 1 cold egg and 1 egg yolk. I'm like, do you want me to put egg inside the dough, or do you want me to just hold off? It's not so clear, but I'm not going to put egg inside the dough. The last time I made this recipe, I put egg inside the dough, and we're not going to do that this time. We're just going to use egg yolk and milk. So here's my egg yolk. I'm going to add a few milk to it. And to reduce this water to 1 cup. I'm just pouring water in the sink here. Trying to reduce it to 1 cup of water. One cup of water. I'm going to get 4 cups of flour. That means 8 cups of half of my Let's use the measuring cup. I didn't use. So basically what I'm doing, I just want to measure 4 cups of all-purpose flour into my bowl. Whoops! You can see that. My bowl. And one, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to get 1 teaspoon of salt into the flour. 1 teaspoon of salt. Let's see, where's her teaspoon? I can find my teaspoon. It's washed, so don't come for me in the comments. It's just, I just put it in the other side of the sink. 1 teaspoon of salt. So this is, I'm actually making a Liberian dish, and the first time I made it, I think I messed up, and then the taste just came out like odd. That I didn't even like it. My husband didn't like it. I'm like, what did I do? I ruined the food. But this time I'm going to make it better. The way we normally do it, we normally put baking powder in our dough. But this dish doesn't call for baking powder. So basically it's just 4 cups of flour, 1 stick of butter, 1 teaspoon of salt. I think that's it, and cold water. You don't need anything else. I'm going to mix this on this mixture until it becomes breadcrumbs. And then when it becomes breadcrumbs, I'll add the cold water. And then when it turns, I'll add a little bit of cold water at a time until it forms a bowl. A dough. Sorry, not a bowl. And then when it forms a bowl or dough, I'll put it in the fridge for it to just chill for a while. In the meantime, I put the oven on to like 340 degrees or 340 degrees Fahrenheit, and I will bake it for like maybe 30 to 40 minutes, depending on how cooked the meat is. But the meat will have to cook, because the difference between Nigerian meat pie and Liberian meat pie, I don't know if it's changed or if I'm wrong, but where I know how we make it back home, we normally add the meat inside the dough when it's cooked. But this Liberian recipe calls for raw meat inside the dough, so I'm just going to do that, and I'll show you in the process what happens, how it comes out. So it's forming into little breadcrumbs. Can you see it? Let me show you. See it? Just keep adding water until it forms a ball. And I will add a little bit at a time. You want to add a little bit at a time because if you add everything together, if eventually the water is too much, you can't take it out anymore. But if the water is not enough, you can always add more. But that's it then, sorry. Just add a little bit at a time. Forming a ball now, and then I'm just going to knead it a little bit, and then I'll keep it in the refrigerator so that it can chill for about 30 minutes. I'm just going to wait till it cleans the ball a little bit. Let's form a ball. I'm ready now, so I can keep it in the freezer. That's the goal, what I'm achieving to aim for, and then I'm going to keep it in the freezer, or in the refrigerator, not freezer, sorry, my bad, for it to chill for about 30 minutes. I'm just going to clean my hand here, wash, get the dough in the plastic, cover it in the plastic bag, put it in the fridge for about 30 minutes, and then I'm going to let it sit and come back for in 30 minutes I will come back to make the meat pies. In the meantime, around this stage is when you want to turn on your oven. So I put the dough in the fridge. It's going to marinate for 30 minutes. It's going to stay in the fridge for 30 minutes. I'm going to set my timer on. I'm going to get off here and then clean my wall and get the stuff ready. Turn on the oven to like 340 degrees, and I'll be right back. So I just got done with exercise, cleaning the wall a little bit, cleaning the sink or the house, the wall. This bit. I got the recipe called for 1 whole egg plus 1 egg yolk, and it didn't really tell us what to do with the egg. At the end, they only told us, okay, add 1 egg, milk, and cover the they didn't really give us the process as how to go ahead and bake it, but my knowledge, my little trick is that I'm just going to have 2 egg yolks here, and I'm going to add a little milk, and then I'm going to, time is up, and then I'm going to roll the dough, cut it, and then seal it up, put it on my baking pan. But before that, I am going to oil and grease my baking pan because I did not do that. Sorry if you see me out of breath. I just finished doing some exercise, so I'm a little out of breath. But yeah, that's basically what I'm going to do right now. Some handy pan. I'm going to grease it with some oil. Normally some people will use butter, but because I already have butter in the dough, I don't want excess fat. I'm good with that level of fat. But yeah, I'm going to, like I said, I don't have a brush. I'm going to use my hands to like grease the pan. I put oil and I'm just using my hand to rub it all through so that it's evenly coated. And it's time for me to get my dough out. I'm going to get it out, and then I'm going to roll, shape, and yeah, put it on the baking pan. I'll show you in a bit. So here's my mixture. Okay, I'm going to get the dough out of the fridge. I'm going to put some milk inside this, and we're going to start rolling. Obviously. Rolling like a lion, he's rolling. Is that rolling? I want to add some milk. Milk. Jesus. Normally I would have used a whole milk, but my husband doesn't like whole milks. So in case he wants to eat, he can take the dough that has 2% milk and eat. Just looking for a bowl. So I put some, like a little bit inside, maybe like a fourth, a cup or something like that, or even less than a fourth, maybe an 8. Just a little bit, just to give that texture. So I'm going to take this out of the wall. We are going to roll our dough. Actually, I'm going to roll it. So, I'm going to sprinkle dough on flour. That's siren for like tornadoes and stuff. So sprinkle flour on the wall and then roll the dough out. I don't really think I need as much dough, but we'll roll it out and cut, and then yeah. Those of you are wondering why I'm using a cup to roll. I do not have a rolling pin, so we're just making use with what we have in the house here. A cup was the only thing I found. You can use a bottle, a glass bottle. You can use what else? What can you use? You can use a canned preserved can for that they used to like canned potatoes or pineapple or tomatoes. You can use that to roll your dough. I am just making do what I have in the house here, which is handy for me. To make it, you want to make it a little thin. You do a little thin. When you're rolling out, you want to make it a little thin to the point where you don't have to deal with stuff like want to deal with a thick batter in your, when you bake it, to be thin and not thick. To roll this so you use a bowl, you just push it in like this, or you can use like knife to cut around the bowl. Circumference of the bowl. I'm going to need this a little more. This is too thick for me. Grab a spoon. So it's a little thick for me still. I want to get, you know what, instead of using my hand to like seal it, I want to get like a meat pie cutter. You can find it on Walmart. I got mine off Shein, but you can get yours online if you want. Here. I shouldn't have cut it. I'm going to use my egg wash brush to seal, like to place it on the edges of my dough. I don't know if you can see it. My husband is sending me something. Like so. That's it. So I'm going to do the rest like that and show you the outcome of everything when I'm done. See that. This is how they turned out after I finished like sealing them up. I noticed that some of them are not well sealed, so I'm going to go again with the fork and seal it up. And I will put some egg glaze on top and poke holes in it. I'm just going to use my hand because, excuse me guys, I'm using my hand because I don't have a brush. We're going to make do with what we have. So I'm just going to rub egg wash on it. I would use a brush, but I don't have a brush. So I'm just going to use my hand to like glaze it up, and I will use the fork to has like 3 holes, and it said it can cook well. Sorry guys, I don't have a brush I can use to see the top. This is the only thing I can think of, and I don't have any other means in my head to think, hey, what do we need to use to seal it up? So I'm just going to do this, and then I'm going to go ahead with my brush to seal it up, the ones that I think need to be sealed that did not seal well, so that it doesn't bust on me. I'm going to poke holes on it so that when it's cooking, the steam will come out. I'll pop it in the oven afterwards. So I'm going to pop this bad, but I'm going to wash my hands, pop it in the oven, and I'll bake it for like 30. I'm going to pop it in the oven. So yeah, I put it in the oven. It's going to bake for 30 minutes. I'm going to get off of here, do some cleaning, and then go ahead and set my timer for 30 minutes, and I'll show you the outcome of how it looks afterwards. Bye. Disregard that other pot and the can on the cooker. This is the finished good look. Guys, where did I go wrong? Normally, the top is supposed to be golden brown, right? But I think it's just like plain. Where did I go wrong? I tried a recipe of how to make meat pie, but the way it made it didn't mean, I don't know where I went wrong. Was I supposed to have put? I noticed I did not put egg in the dough. Was I supposed to have put egg in the dough? And then when I was glazing it with egg wash, was I supposed to glaze it with only egg yolk or egg and milk? Egg yolk and milk. Because the recipe called for egg yolk and then a whole egg. But it didn't really tell us in the description of the book what we needed to, whether we needed to put egg in the dough or glaze it, or what they wanted us to do with egg. So please help me, Liberians. What do I need to do? Did I do it right? Is something missing? Did I miss something? Please comment down in the description below. That would help me out, because the taste is okay. The filling looks cooked, but it's just the color that throws me off a little. Please let me know in the comment section. I would appreciate it. For all those... Hi guys, so I made the meat pie, but I don't like how it looks. Look at the dough, look at the outcome. The filling looks good. Let me see if I can zoom in for you to see. Filling looks good, it's nice and moist, but there's no like color. I don't know what I did wrong. I noticed that I put egg yolk and milk to glaze it, and I put egg yolk. I use egg yolk to glaze, like to seal the pie. What did I do wrong this time? Was I supposed to have put egg yolk and milk in the dough, or was I supposed to have just glazed it without any milk? Guys, Liberians, don't be angry, don't be annoyed. Just help me and so that next time I can make it again properly. Because I actually followed one of your one of the recipes that I got, and I did not like the outcome because it is not exactly how the picture looks like in the recipe that I followed. So I'm not too proud of myself that I messed up Liberian's meal. But please say something. Comment in the comment section. That would help. Thank you.